day. Happy travelers, vacation travel hacks here asking the important questions of which is cheaper, 7 days at Disney World. This time we're doing 14-day Alaskan cruise. If you remember historically, we did 14 days or 11 days on the Mediterranean. Disney was cheaper. We did 10 days Caribbean cruise, and actually that time the cruise was a little cheaper. It wasn't on Disney. I would like to call out though, I'm not a travel agent. I'm not selling anybody anything. I'm just a guy trying to plan 2024 vacation ideas for my family. Got to make some pitches. I'm evaluating all the options, all parts of the world. So I am not selling anybody anything. I'm asking these questions. Maybe you are too. Maybe you're scouting as this summer 2023 comes to a close. Maybe you're looking for 2024 ideas too. So this time we're looking at 7 days at Disney World, 14 days Alaskan cruise. So one's 2 weeks. Maybe the real kicker isn't time, maybe or money. It's time. Maybe we're like, hey, how much is it? So let's take a look here. So we do this based on the cheapest, the most value-oriented hotel that Disney has. It's the All-Star Collection. You got music, sports, and movies. So those are the three that you're probably going to see the cheapest. Right now, when I looked at this, it is $4,148 for one park per day. That's not park hopper. That's one park per day for four people, and that is $4,148. We're assuming that domestic airfare for most places in the world to Orlando is about $350 a person. So multiply that, you're going to get about. We're just doing rough averages here, about $1,200, maybe a little more, maybe $1,400, but I round down. And $240 per person per day. Per day for a group of four, and that's using our Casey Corner average. Just assuming you want to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner at Casey's Corner, that's a hot dog, fries, and a drink. It's about $20 a person. So food for a week, it's just, we're rounding down here, $1,500. So $7,000 for a week at Disney. What about a 2-week cruise? The itinerary, let's start on the right-hand side here. This one leaves from Vancouver, British Columbia. You will need a passport. So you have a fun day at sea. This is on Princess Cruises here. So you go to Ketchikan, Juneau, Skagway. Then you're at a couple glaciers. Look at the time here, like the Whittier. You're there from like 12. You arrive at 12:30 a.m. But then you're out and about looking at a glacier from 3 to 8. Juneau and Ketchikan, and then on day 14 you arrive back in Vancouver. Well, for an interior room, you're about $414 a person. If you want to look out the window, $464 per person. You need a balcony at $1,000 per, or a suite. Actually, suite's a little cheaper than a balcony, and that's not too common that you see a price inversion like that. So you're like, oh hey, look at that. That'd be about $1,700, and that's true, except there's the port fees and taxes, which sometimes is more expensive than perhaps the rate. But all things considered, breakfast, lunch, and dinner is $3,751. So at least we have that. But now you need to fly to Vancouver. I put into Google Flights 3 of the busiest airports in the United States. If you're on the West Coast, probably be a little cheaper. But from Chicago, New York, and Atlanta, even Atlanta, somehow Atlanta was the cheapest. And that's not normal. I'm here in Atlanta. I'm based here. And Atlanta is the most expensive. This is the first time I've ever seen Atlanta pop up first. So cheapest one's $363. I'm not too excited about 2 stops. I don't even know where YEG is. I'm not too familiar with that code. I could have hovered over it. But it looks like two stops. If I'm not mistaken, I thought XYZ is Toronto. I think this is a couple stops here in. I think it's a couple stops in Canada. Just the way these codes are lining out. But nevertheless, I'm going to use an average of about $1,400 a person, and we'll see what happens. So the verdict. $7,000 at Disney. Again, we're not including park hopper. There's no Genie Plus. So if you want to skip the line, I didn't factor that in. No dessert parties, no enchanting extras, no bibbity bobbity boutique. No sit-down dining of any kind. You can literally double, triple the amount of a meal per person doing that. No hanging out with Winnie the Pooh and Mickey Mouse at the Tusker. That's no character dining. So I kept all of that out. But honestly, there a fair amount was kept out. The Alaska cruise, it's about $5,400 with airfare, but doesn't include gratuity, which is $14 to $15 per person per day. No excursions, although many of these places you can just walk off, shop the towns, take a look at the, take pictures of the mountains in the background. I didn't factor in any casino time. And heck, a lot of the times it looks like it's ported in the United States, so you're probably not winning or losing in the casino. No spa, no Swedish, no hot stone spa stuff, no facial treatments, none of that, no nails done, and no specialty dining. You get the which you can always get specialty dining, right? Steakhouse, hibachi, etc. But I find this I find the MDR, the main dining room, the one that's included, is really good. It's a lot better than some of the food experiences that I've had. So that's cool because that $5,400 is breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, coffee, soda. Oh, no soda package included in that. So anyway, long story short, 14-day Alaska cruise is $1,600 cheaper than a week at Disney. And that's now the thing that costs more, of course, is do you have 2 weeks of vacation time to get up to Vancouver to go hang out? And it's certainly not hot that time of the year. It's certainly sunny. Certainly as the trip goes on, you're going to probably get about 20 hours of sunlight, which is really neat. And heck, if you have an interior room, that might even be ideal. You won't have any sunlight poking about there. So anyway, we've now answered the question, and this is something I'm going to put on my 2024 trip itinerary. Again, not a travel agent. I don't book these things. I'm curious. I'm looking. Time with my kid is, I value it. This is a moment in time I won't get back, so I'm just making sure I evaluate next year's options appropriately. So hope you find value in these. Let me know where you think you want to go, and we'll put it to we'll play everyone's favorite game. Is it cheaper than Disney? And this time it looks like it is. All right. See you in the next video.